Hello, TikTok, YouTube, wherever you're watching. I should probably get on Instagram as well, thinking about it, I'm not sure. Anyway, here's a quick video, an update, post-gym. I've got a really busy day today with meetings and such, so it probably makes sense for me to do the video now rather than trying to squeeze it in later and rush it out. Very quick sort of update, just to say that I got some Protopic yesterday, the 0.031, so not the 0.1, so it's the less potent one. I was hoping they would do that. In fact, I should have asked for it, but anyway, they did that, so that's good. I used it last night on the face, and I used it a little bit this morning just on the nose, because yesterday my nose was quite rough, or this morning was quite rough, just because I've been rubbing it with the tissue all day yesterday because of the hay fever. This morning I thought, you know what's great, I'm going to take some fexofenadine. I don't like taking it because it gives me a headache, but I've got a pill splitter, so I took a quarter of one, quarter of 180 milligram. So that's not going to be as potent as the full tablet or even half tablet, and it seems to have worked. I've stopped sneezing, my runny nose, runny eyes have stopped. Protopic I am going to use on the face. It's better than the steroids. I need something to sort of use on the face, just because I am getting flares. I would rather use a Protopic than steroids. I know some people were commenting on my last video to say, look, Protopic is just as bad or worse than steroids, so you shouldn't use it. And like, look, do you know what? Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. I think there is a lot of misinformation being spread, and years of people's lives being lost over TSW, when you should do it, when you shouldn't. A lot of people are self-diagnosing. TikTok, as great as a platform it may be, as a social media, killing some time, etc., etc., is also very, very notorious for spreading the wrong information. I personally would advise everyone watching this video to take any video that you see on TikTok with a pinch of salt. No one knows your body like you do. Not your dermatologist, not your parents, not your partner, not your GP, certainly not your GP, I mean shit. Sorry. So you know your body better than anyone else, and you know what's going to happen. So when I was on the Rinvoq and I felt the infection coming up, I knew that as soon as I stopped the Rinvoq, the infection was going to explode, and it did. So what I did ahead of time is I said to my wife, look, this is what's going to happen. I'm going to get an infection. It's going to be really bad. I'm not going to be able to talk. I am going to be bedbound for for at least a couple of days. So I went to the doctors. I got some flucloxacillin. I pushed for an appointment, and they saw my face as it was about to erupt. It was on the cusp of erupting, so I went and did the food shopping. I filled up the water softener with salt because it's a really heavy bag, and no one else at home could do that. I hoovered, I did everything, and I was like, right, now I can get screwed. In a sense that the eruption did happen as soon as I stopped the tablets. But the thing is, the point is, no one knows your body better than you, so only you can determine what's best for you. So topical steroid withdrawal, topical steroid addiction, please don't self-diagnose. Go to a practitioner or a doctor who knows it and who is trained on it. You might need to drive out of town. You might need to find someone who is able to see you, and it might not be convenient. But don't self-diagnose, because a lot of people are managing their eczema quite well with steroids, and a lot of people know how to use steroids, but a lot of misinformation is being spread on social media, and a lot of sort of practices, dermatology practices, are also chiming in and giving information on YouTube, like, look what's happened, this is how bad person A's face used to be, and then they went through 3 years of topical steroid withdrawal, now they've got perfect skin, you know, they're an Instagram model and whatnot. And it's like, no, seriously. And then when you go and look at their site and look at their page, I'm not going to call anyone out, but there is one Asian guy who I saw a video of. He was doing it, and you go to his page and it's like, you know, $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, whatever it is, for a consultation and things like that. So people are cashing in on this, and it's not fair for people to cash in on people's pain. It is people's pain at the end of the day. this is taking people's sort of livelihood for granted. So look, if you are managing your eczema with steroids, you know, try and go down to the least potent steroid. And I would even say, yes, use Protopic, Elidel, things like that, which are immunosuppressants. And with treatments coming out like Dupixent, Adtralza, Rinvoq, you know, it's not gonna, not everything is gonna agree for everyone, but some things are going to agree with you. You just need to find a good dermatologist. My dermatologist is always too busy to see me, so I've got a dermatologist nurse who works directly under the dermatologist, but she's great. She has a wealth of knowledge, and she's very, very accessible in that I don't have her phone number, but I do have her email address. She only works a few days a week, but I can still contact her in those few days. So having someone like that is really, really helpful. And you know, this didn't happen to me straight away. I went through years of bad dermatologists. Well, bad dermatologists, I guess that's a subjective opinion. I went through years of dermatologists who I didn't agree with before I found this one. So you might need to do that. But again, going back to the main point, don't self-diagnose. People who are going through or should be going through topical steroid withdrawal are those who are literally at the end of their strength cycle. So they've taken all the, I would not suggest any injectable steroids or any oral steroids like prednisone. Don't do that, or try not to do that. If you can't make headway with topical steroids, then use Dupixent. You know, you've got access to that now, hopefully, where you are. Use Adtralza, use Rinvoq, and use these medicines as a bridge to get off the topical steroids. Because, and I would even say, do you know what? I am going through this process at the moment, and I will be documenting it. We'll sort out your gut. I am fermenting like mad. In fact, I've got some cabbage right here, which I bought for sauerkraut. So I'm going to make some sauerkraut today. It's not going to be ready for about 3 weeks, but it's really, really good for your gut. I also eat a lot of bread, and I am a sucker for fast food, so I need to cut that out. But I know as soon as I cut that out, you know that it's your gut when you are flaring after you've eaten something, whether it be sweets, fast foods, fried foods, spicy foods. That tells you that it's your gut. So you need to sort that out. And that's something that takes time. It's not something that's going to be overnight. So anyway, I'm at home now. Catch you later. Bye.